This is Too Sick with Super Sick Records. I'm going to get into how to record audio in Logic Pro. When you open up your session, you're going to find open new. Okay, so we're going to create a new session. Hit don't save on that shit. Open up a new session, and we're going to get prompted with this thing. And since we're recording audio, we're going to press this. And down here, it says number of tracks to create. I'm going to go ahead and create 4 of these tracks. Boom. So there you go. It populates on this side. Okay. So let's get into audio here. First thing we do here is we go all the way up to the top left where it says Logic Pro. Click on that. Settings. Audio. And then make sure your input/output device is your audio interface. Okay, we got that out the way. Let's start recording. I'm going to show you guys a couple tricks when you're inputting your audio. So I'm going to start with my audio interface gain particularly loud, probably around this level. I'm in all types of lows, cause I got this bitch trying to get me on my focus. Okay. Alright, so notice how fat this file is. Note, like, use your eyes. We're looking just how fat these waves are. You see how thick these waves are. That's not what I really like. And you can see down here, we're hitting like 0.9 on the input there. Now, my note is don't record like this. I have my audio interface gain up too high, and that's why this file is like really fat, right? And it's peaking at -0.9. What you should do is correct your audio interface gain, turn it down just a little bit, and find the sweet spot for you. This is how your vocal file should look like, and it should peak at around -4 to -10. We're talking about preserve the audio quality. Preserve your audio quality. This is very crucial when you're inputting audio. Preserve the quality. Okay? I'm hitting all types of lows, cause I got this bitch trying to get me on my focus. Boom. Alright. And you can visually tell, like, look at this vocal file. It's very like tight niche. It's very smooth looking, right? As opposed to this, you can see a lot more indifferences and imperfections, right? So when we turn our audio interface gain down just a little bit, we're preserving the audio and we're mitigating the chances of like unwanted frequencies in the background. Okay? Hitting all types of lows, cause I got this bitch trying to get me on my focus. Okay, so yeah, we got our audio interface gain at a good level. It's peaking at -5. So this is the level that we like our voice at. And make sure you keep an eye on your interface gain, man. Sometimes your knob or whatever your pause. Sometimes your audio interface gain knob moves a little bit, because like sometimes you move stuff around or whatever, and maybe the knob gets like moved upwards a little bit. So make sure you keep an eye on that stuff, man. Make sure you keep an eye on how your vocals are being inputted. You don't want them to come in like super fat like this, alright? That's my that's my free game for you right there. Okay, you want your vocal file to be like controlled in a way, you know. That way, when you get into editing and like mastering and like adding enhancements to the vocals, it's gonna sound really pretty. But when you start your audio input off like fat as fuck, you can't really add enhancements to it. It's gonna go above 0, 0. So let me get into adding a beat to this project. I'm gonna show you guys what you should do when you're recording vocals over a beat. So put a beat onto this project. We're gonna go up to File, Import, Audio File, and then we'll just find a random beat, yada yada yada, import it. And I'm gonna show you guys, you know, look at the vocal file. See how fat and thick this shit is, boy. And then, like, obviously look at my audio file right here. It's very conserved, yada yada. But anyways, I pointed this out to show you guys that, like, this is a beat, right? And usually when producers send you a beat, they're gonna send you the final cut of the beat. It's gonna be produced and polished, and it's most likely, you could visually tell this beat, there's like no room for any sounds. You can visually tell that. You can visually tell that just by looking at the wave length on this, you know? So I'll show you what I mean. This is definitely hitting 0, 0. If you gauge the stereo out right here. Zero, 0. There's nothing wrong with that, man. It's just like a produced beat. It's finished. And so when you go to record your vocals, this is hitting 0, 0, right? We have our audio interface gain right where we want it. We don't want to turn this gain knob up, okay? What we should do as a better alternative is turn this beat down. I usually keep it like around -4 or whatever. Turn it down to where it sounds right to you. The point of the matter is when you turn this down, this beat down, it's gonna give you a better like chance at like hearing your own vocals cut through this beat as you're recording. That way you're not running into issues like why can't I hear myself? Like, is my audio interface messed up? No, there's just not enough room, you know? So you have to make room for your vocals. So we're gonna just turn the beat down -4, you know? And then when we record on top, it's gonna sound a lot easier. Like, we're gonna be able to hear ourselves over the beat.
Casey ballin' with it.
I hit you with that switch and flick. Whoa, I be on my shit like whoa. That bitch just get it, whoa. What the fuck you want with me now? Oh, I be on my shit like what the fuck. Yeah, yeah. It's coming in a rather fat. And like turn my input down a little bit. But even if we solo this out, we could probably hear, like, probably see. Like, whoa, I be on my shit like whoa. Bad bitches get it, whoa. What the fuck you want with me now? Oh, I be on my shit like what the fuck. Yeah, yeah. I mean, honestly, that input is fine. It's right at my number, -4. So, yeah, just as long as visually, like, the vocal wavelength isn't hitting top to bottom, you could tell like it's it's like that, you know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it, but you could tell like there is some sort of threshold that the vocal isn't like passing, you feel me? So we also noticed another thing.
Flick. Whoa, I be on my.
And yeah, man, like if this shit ain't, if you still like feel like you're maybe like, cause me, I heard the beat in my ears like pretty loud, so I think I compensated for that by like speaking louder myself. So I might need to like turn the beat down a little bit more just so I can hear myself a little bit easier, and I'm not overexerting my vocal performance here.
With it.
Like,
Young Casey ballin' with
whoa, whoa, whoa,
it. One lab on the fucking beat.
yeah, what you want? I be on I be with a foe, yeah, oh. Bruh. Anyways, so yeah, like visually, I'm looking at these fucking things, these vocal files, and they look good. So those are my pointers, man. Like use your eyes too, and your audio interface gain is crucial. Make sure you just keep an eye out on that. Honestly, not every time is your audio interface gain gonna stay at the same level. Sometimes things happen and like you move stuff around and your audio interface gain gets bumped and like whatever, but just keep an eye out on it. And also like this is mixing, bro. Don't be afraid to turn this beat down. You're not losing out any information if you turn the beat down, you know? Because what's gonna happen is when you turn this down and you got all your inputs coming in pretty good, further along in mastering, you're going to be able to bring these sounds back up through mastering. And you're just like, yeah, honestly, that's all I gotta say right there. Pretty much in mastering, you're taking this sound. This is the sound itself. You're taking this sound right here. And instead of them being top to bottom, you know, you're gonna pretty much figure out how to do that and like blend them together. And so part of the start of that is turning the beat down. So you're getting the beat and vocal to sit on top of each other well. And then when you get into mastering and you start EQing, you're kind of just making cuts. You're carving out shit, and it's like slowly gonna blend together once you go through EQing and like compressing in a way. But yeah, now I'm over explaining this stuff. This is about recording audio, not mixing and mastering. But when you're recording audio, it's gonna pertain to mixing. You're gonna need to mix in the audio, so you definitely need to watch your audio input as you record. And when you're recording over the beat, don't worry about the peak right here. Don't worry about it, because we're only going to worry about like, so like this is the beat plus the vocal, right?
Beat. Yeah, what you want? I be on I be with a foe, yeah.
Oh, I guess it's not really peaking, but you know, don't worry about the stereo out number yet, because we're gonna worry about that when we mix the beat and vocal together.
Yeah, what you want? I be on I be
See what I'm saying? I got my vocal at a good level. It's at -7, right? And then the beat is beats -6, man. I mean, I could probably hit this -8, to be honest. But yeah, like, just doing that helps, like, balance the sound a little bit. My other pointer is, like, when I gauge the peak of this vocal, I saw that my vocal was -7, right? And so I turned the beat down to -8. Like, that's just like a simple kind of method that I do. But
yeah, what you want? I be on low.
Yeah. So now you can hear yourself a little bit better on that part. And we're not gonna worry about the stereo out when we got the beat and vocal. We are only gonna worry about stereo out when we head into, like, mixing, right? But this is the first part of mixing, is getting the levels right. See how I got it at -8 now? But yeah.
What you want? I be on low. I be with a foe. Yeah,
Yeah, this is Too Sick with Super Sick Records. I just showed you guys how to record audio in I wouldn't say a professional way, but it is kind of like professional advice. Yeah, use your eyes, look at these files, see how thin this audio is. Damn, there's people in my background, bro. Use your eyes, and then also with a beat that's hitting 0-0, you're gonna need to turn it down for when you're adding vocals on top of this shit, alright? So, bro, I'm getting annoyed because people are in my background noise. But anyways, I'm gonna hit this again. You know, how does it do that? Does it do this stuff too, or like peace, maybe? Peace? How does it? Okay. Dude, I don't even know. If I do one thumb, does it do that? Oh, well, there you go. I don't even know how this stuff works. Anyways, I'm kind of just wasting time. Peace, and take what you can out of this, man. Audio input is very important. Don't let your vocal file, do not let your vocal file, you see how this looks very good and smooth? Do not let your vocal file look like this up here. Don't let it look like this. Make sure you input it like this, down here, or like this. Just as long as it's not pushing top to bottom. Okay, we're talking about preserve the audio. And dang it, I can't get off this video. Anyways, peace out. This is the fucking 4th time I've said it.